Welcome to the Accounting for Photographers Snapshot Spreadsheet tool. This was designed as a simple alternative to complicated and expensive to use software to help you organize and track your business finances. Let's take a look at each of these tabs. First off, on the instruction page, I've provided a little bit of help to get you started and a couple pieces of advice, but I'll go ahead and let you read through that on your own. The main portion of the spreadsheet is the revenues and expenses page. This is something that can be a very useful tool if you know how to use it. So I'm going to show you a couple tips that will get you started. First of all, you'll notice that there are some pre-filled income and expense accounts here. If you don't like those or there are others you need to add, feel free to change them. For example, here you may want to add the title Weddings. Once you've shot a couple weddings, you can go into the column and you can add the amounts that you earned for that month. For example, let's say you shot 2 weddings in January. One you got paid $1,500 for and one you did for a friend, so it was only $750. You can hit the equal sign and then you can enter $1,500 plus $750. Hit the enter key and it will total it for you. Also, you'll be able to go back and have those numbers as a reference if you need to see them later. As you can see, this is also going to total in the bottom here for gross profit, and it will also be down here at the bottom under net income. In the expense categories, you have the same options here. You can add in your own categories, and you can use the equals function to sum the charges for you. If you had to pay an $8 fee per month for your bank, and another $9.95 charge for credit card processing, you can enter those two amounts and again hit the enter key and it will total for you. It will also subtract that amount off of the top of your income to give you your net income down here at the bottom. If you need to make notes anywhere, utilize the side of the page and you can just simply type the notes in over here. If you need to add a column, come over to the far left, right click and click on insert. Then if you have multiple accounts that you want to add, you can type them in here and they will still calculate for you. At the end of the year, your accountant can look down the total column and easily and quickly prepare your taxes. Also, it gives you a good picture of where you're spending your money and ways that you can cut back. Let's go next to the Big Purchases tab. The Big Purchases tab is meant for items that you're going to use over a longer period of time. And those items need to be depreciated, meaning the cost needs to be spread out over the lifetime of the item you've purchased. Your accountant will want to see the date you purchased the item and how much it costs. You can enter those items here. And this is just a simple place for you to keep track of those things, and it'll be easy again for your accountant to put those into your taxes at the end of the year. Next, let's go to business use of home. When you use your home for business purposes, you're able to take a percentage of some of your home expenses as business expenses. And you are able to take a certain percentage based on the amount of space you use in your home for business. So what you need to do is measure the whole area of your home, and for my house it's 1,682 square feet, and then the square footage of my office is 123 square feet. So 7% of my home is used for business purposes. That means I can take 7% of my utilities, 7% of any repairs or maintenance that I need to do. Now, if you were going to paint just your office space, you would be able to take that entire expense as a business expense. To our last tab is our vehicle use. This is something I'd encourage you to read over for yourself to make sure you understand it. But basically, there are 2 different methods you can use when you have to use a vehicle for your business. One is to keep track of all of the actual expenses. Every time you fill up with gas, every time you get an oil change or make repairs or pay for insurance. And then just like with the business use of home, you can take the percentage that you use your vehicle for business and subtract that much as a business deduction. For example, if you use your vehicle 50% for business, then 50% of the gas you buy, 50% of the oil changes, etc., you would be able to deduct. Another way, a simpler way to do a vehicle deduction is to use the standard mileage allowance. And currently the rate is at 50 cents per mile. And basically what you would do is just keep a record of every mile that you drove for business over the year, and then you add those all together and you get 50 cents per mile that you drove. So in our example here, if you drove 5,000 miles for business at 50 cents a mile, that would be $2,500 of a deduction that you could receive for your vehicle expense. And your accountant can also help you with the depreciation on your vehicle as well. So that's a little bit of an overview of our spreadsheet. I hope you find it helpful and something that's easy for you to use and to understand your business expenses a little bit more. Thanks for checking us out.